Hey, welcome to Pretty Well. Do you want to get to the root causes of your health concerns? Do you find yourself Googling, why do I feel this way? And looking for solutions to feel great again? I'm Lisa Smith, and I too felt exhausted, achy, and like I was aging too quickly. I wanted to look and feel like myself again and spent way too much time and money going to practitioners, even functional medicine practitioners, and not getting results. So I became a functional medicine practitioner myself and learned how to identify and fix root causes to health issues. The good news is there is so much you can do to reclaim your wellness. In this podcast, you'll find quick, simple, and evidence-based guidance that you can easily fit into your day so your energy will be soaring, your mind clear, and your skin will return to its beautiful glow. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Pretty Well podcast. I'm Lisa Smith, and today we have such an amazing guest. We have Jessica Rose. Jessica is an author of I'm going to just cut that right there and start. Jessica is the author of Healthier Beauty, the ultimate guide to radiant skin, hair. I'm going to do it all over again. Sorry.
You're like me. I do the same thing.
Take like 15. Okay. Hey, welcome back to the Pretty Well podcast. I'm Lisa Smith, and today we have an awesome guest. Today we're talking with Jessica Rose. Jessica is the author of Healthier Beauty, the ultimate guide to radiant skin, hair, and wellness. She's a certified nutritionist, licensed cosmetologist, and a holistic beauty expert. With a diverse background in health and beauty, Jessica has dedicated her career to empowering women to embrace their natural beauty and vitality. She's regularly featured on television, radio, podcasts, and in publications where she shares expert health and beauty techniques. Jessica helps women of all ages look and feel their best naturally. And Jessica, you are absolutely beautiful. On your website now, your skin is glowing. You are going to bring us so many great pointers today. I'm excited to talk with you.
Oh, thank you. And I feel the same way about you. Your skin is glowing too. It's a testament to our healthy lifestyles.
Thank you. It's our inside out for sure. Hey, so Jessica, tell us about your journey. You were a cosmetologist in salons, and then you transitioned into a certified holistic nutritionist, and now you're a holistic beauty expert. So you bring all the pieces together. What led you out of the salon and into teaching people how to live their healthiest, most beautiful lives?
So I was working in salons and I just absolutely love helping women to feel beautiful. And I was honestly teaching all my clients about nutrition because I was studied it before I was in cosmetology school. I was so passionate about it. So I'd be blow drying their hair and I'd be talking to them about nutrition, how to live a healthy lifestyle. And they were just writing down all my notes. And, I should have known that I should have been focusing more on nutrition, but I just loved helping women feel beautiful. And then one day, my brother and I had a conversation. He said, I love that you're living this holistic lifestyle. You're doing everything so good with the non-toxic cookware, the water filters, the shower filters, healthy food, self-care, but you're not living this complete holistic lifestyle because you're putting toxins on your clients and you're putting toxins on your hair. I used to have really bleached hair. And so I kind of took a step back and I didn't want to accept it. It took about a year to really fully accept it and do a lot of research. And, I never thought that what I was applying to my clients was healthy, but I didn't think it was vitamins I was putting on their hair, but it took me a while to understand that what we put on our skin also can affect our health and it can affect you even through your scalp health. So I really decided one day that I just didn't want to harm women by, putting toxins on their skin. So I decided to leave the salons and just go back into working a full-time job while I saved up money to go to the nutrition school that I wanted to go to. And that was Bowman College. It's a really great holistic nutrition school. And then when I was in nutrition school, I really realized there was no education about what I had taught myself about toxins whatsoever. And so once I got out, I really just started working with clients and teaching them how to do a healthy home detox, to really incorporate non-toxic lifestyle into their nutrition plan. So I would make customized meal plans, but then I would also teach them how to ditch the toxins and we go through their beauty products and their household products. And I just really found my passion doing that. It was so fun. And people felt really empowered because they had this education from that. And then I had that cosmetology background. So I really started incorporating, let's help you to look beautiful from the outside with clean beauty products. And then let's also teach you how to age gracefully with my nutrition education. So beauty foods, all these really good nourishing foods for just a really holistic approach to beauty.
That's fantastic because you are helping people embrace their natural beauty and enhance their natural beauty not only from the outside in but the inside out. You're doing both. You're not even just doing one. You're not even just doing inside out. You're saying, let's look at the whole picture. So it truly is holistic beauty. So from your standpoint, what does it mean to really age naturally and radiantly from the inside out? What does that sounds really good, but what's it mean?
I believe it means to really just accept that we're all going to age and not buy into what the beauty industry has fed us that, at the ripe age of 30, a woman is aging, and we're not as important. That really bothers me because let's say you live to be 100 years old. Who wants to go through the rest of their life feeling bad about themselves just because they've been deemed, less important because we're getting older? So I really like to teach women how to sustain their health, their vitality, and their radiance with a really healthy lifestyle. So I believe that ditching the toxins is like a really great way to age gracefully because those toxins are going to accelerate the aging process. And then what you put on the end of your fork, nutrition is the number one beauty secret out there. It's the fountain of youth. So just looking at it more from a holistic perspective, that living a healthy lifestyle is the best way to not only look good, but to feel good because it's not just your outward appearance. It's also how do you feel? You want to go through the rest of your life being independent, being able to take care of yourself and go through life happy and not have to depend on others. So aging gracefully is just about empowering women to own their beauty and not buy into the beauty standards and feel that we have to subject ourselves to all these like harsh procedures or modify our faces just to kind of fit in with what is deemed beautiful in this day and age.
Mm, I appreciate that. You really brought up a great point there, Jessica, about an unspoken part of beauty is joy, independence, that vibrancy that comes from that confidence that comes from the inside out. And this culture erodes those things. It really works against that beauty from the inside out, that self-acceptance, that radiance that comes from the inside. So I love that you have included that in this conversation because truly when we see someone who's gorgeous no matter what age, there is this, it bubbles out. There's this joy and this joy of life that just comes out. So you've mentioned toxins in beauty products, and there are so many toxins in beauty products. Why are they speeding up aging? Why are these toxins actually accelerating that aging process?
Well, they can mess with your hormones. And when your hormones are not balanced, that can accelerate aging. It can, cause you to have a whole host of issues, not looking well, not feeling well, gaining weight, and just being run down and tired. And also, it really just puts a heavy burden onto your liver. I always tell my clients that if your body is focusing on all these toxic ingredients that you're putting on your skin, then it's going to take away from, I like to call it your beauty source. It's not going to be focusing on repair and rejuvenation while you're sleeping. It's going to say, oh my gosh, there's all these ingredients that I have to now, filter out or try and discard to keep this person safe and healthy. And so the attention's not on your beauty, the attention's on keeping you live and well. And just that is going to speed up aging, I believe.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. And a lot of those toxins, well, they're all toxins are inflammatory. So then we're also facility like promoting the inflammatory processes, which certainly does not work it doesn't work toward our beauty. Do you find a difference in products between less expensive ones and expensive ones in terms of toxins? I believe that there may be a myth there that we want to unpack.
That's a huge myth, actually. So I always tell people that just because a product is expensive does not mean that's any better. Some of those, I'm sure someone could guess what this $200, $300 cream, that's the most popular one for the last, I don't know, 100 years. It is full of unhealthy ingredients that don't do a lot for nourishing your skin. It's full of toxins. So, it's really not about the price tag or the hype of the product. It's really about the ingredient list, what's in there. And I also believe that long ingredient lists are not healthy for you either. It doesn't matter if they're organic ingredients. It really puts a burden onto your body when you put too many ingredients. So, yes, I don't think that you have to spend a lot of money. A lot of the face masks and hair masks that I do are all made with just two simple ingredients from my kitchen.
Oh, I love that. We will get into that toward the end. As a matter of fact, before we came on the air, I asked you, how'd you get started in this? And you said you were making homemade beauty products since you were a kid. So we'll definitely want to talk about some of those that people can do just at home. Let's talk about when we talk about, one other point that is fascinating to me as a dietitian and someone in functional medicine and nutrition, I have always said, look at the ingredient list on your foods. If it's a long ingredient list, first of all, do you know what all those ingredients are? Would you cook or bake with them yourself? And if you don't know, if they're long chemical names, then you don't want to be eating them, that your body's not made to be ingesting those things. But you just made the same point about beauty products. If you have this long, I hadn't even thought of it that way. If you have this really long list, even if it's a lot of good stuff, it could be too much.
Right. A lot of people don't believe that our skin has a filtration system, but it does. It's called Langerhans cells, and everything you put on there has to scan. I like to tell people it looks like an octopus, and it just goes around and scans for foreign matter. And if you have a long ingredient list, it doesn't matter if it's non-toxic, clean, organic, it still is bombarding your immune system. So I like to teach people that your immune health is also tied to your skin health. So taking care of your skin is not vain. It's actually supportive of your health. And if you're putting, let's say a face wash that has 70 ingredients, moisturizer with another 40 ingredients, and just all the stuff that adds up throughout your day, you're really taxing your immune system ultimately, which will then eventually age you faster.
That's important. Let's talk more about that, about the skin immune health connection, and let's do a deeper dive because did you say they're called Langerhans?
Yes,
What?
and Langerhans cells.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that immune connection.
Sure. So your skin, your epidermis, is the first and outermost layer of your skin, and everything that you put onto it can penetrate or be absorbed. Not everything gets absorbed into your bloodstream. That is a myth, but it does have the possibility of affecting your health because everything that you're putting on there does have to be scanned by those Langerhans cells. And so if an ingredient has, let's say, or a product has 100 ingredients times that by 8, you've now put 800 ingredients on in your beauty routine in the morning. You are bombarding your body with these ingredients, which is really going to impact your immune health. And like I said earlier, it's going to affect your beauty source. Your body's over there scanning 800 ingredients, figuring out, is this healthy? What should I do with this? And it doesn't matter if it's cold press jojoba oil or shea butter or rosehip seed oil. It's still an ingredient that your body has to be bothered with and say, why are you putting this on me again? What's going on? The skin's really simple, and the skin does not like to be poked and prodded and cleansed and exfoliated constantly. It likes to be left alone. It has a self-regulating system. And I feel as women, we just do too much exfoliation, too many actives, too many ingredients, and it can speed up aging because it's just bothering your skin, and your skin is so closely tied to your immune health. So if I always tell people, if you're affecting your immune health, you're always going to affect your beauty. So focus on protecting your skin barrier and just minimizing the ingredients. And like you said, Lisa, with the food ingredient labels, it's the same. If you look at your beauty products, you should also try to minimize how many ingredients are in there. And a good formulator who really knows what they're doing, they're not going to add 100 ingredients to a moisturizer. They will know how to get really good ingredients into that product without bombarding your skin with all these unnecessary fillers that are really just trendy that customers want to see, like the hyaluronic acid and the vitamin C and the retinols, bakuchiols. You don't need all of those all the time.
Oh, wow. That is great information. So what are some of your favorite ingredients that you like to see consistently. I love that. I love that picture of the skin just wanting things simple and it doesn't really like to be disturbed and bothered. I have never thought of it that way.
Yep. Your skin can actually self-regulate. So there's some people that I know that don't ever wash their face. I'm not one of them, but they just do this massaging on their face and it naturally cleanses their skin and they look great.
Wow.
Your skin can self-regulate and produces its own sebum, which is your oil, which acts as a moisturizer. So we don't necessarily need skincare. It's nice and it does help us to look better, but it's not like the ultimate thing. I would choose food over skincare any day as, my fountain of youth. But as far as products, I love rosehip seed oil. I think it's a really great ingredient for the skin. I don't use it all the time, but I think that's a really great organic ingredient to use. And then just really skin protective ingredients. Believe in protecting your skin barriers. Barrier is so important because once you break down your skin barrier, then you will affect your immune health, which is just really important to pay attention to.
So how do you protect that barrier?
So I really believe that people use too many active ingredients. I love active ingredients, but people think that they should use them every single day. And I believe that so, you're exfoliating, some people exfoliate twice a week, but then on top of that, you're using actives almost daily. Actives can act as like a gentle exfoliant to the skin. So your skin is always being exposed to this active, kind of ingredients. And so that can break down your skin barrier. And then just, the sun, not wearing sunscreen or stress, your hormones, using the wrong ingredients, too harsh of ingredients, and just not taking care of your skin will really break down your skin barrier. With just really harsh ingredients, your skin should never feel red, irritated. If you're constantly putting on moisturizer and oil, but your skin is still dry, that's a sign of a compromised skin barrier. And I did that to myself by using a really gentle vitamin C serum every single day for 4 months. My skin barrier really got weakened and my skin was so red and so dry just from using a vitamin C every day for 4 months. So I tell
Hmm.
people to scale it back and only use actives maybe 2 to 3 times a week. But if you are having redness and irritation, just wean off of them for a month and then go back. But we don't need active ingredients, to be completely honest.
Okay, and let's unpack what active ingredients are in case someone's listening and they're like, "Wait, I think I know what you mean. I know vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, but let's like go through a list of what they are so people can recognize what we're
So
talking."
I'd say the most popular one would be something like retinol or tretinoin. There's vitamin C. There's a plant derivative or plant alternative to retinol, which is bakuchiol, which is I would say it's a lot gentler on your skin and acts just like retinol, except for it is doesn't make you photosensitive and contribute to vitamin A toxicity in the body. So anything I would say just the most common are your retinols, your bakuchiols, and your vitamin C. Those act as active on your skin and they're, even things like lactic acid. So a lactic acid's a really good exfoliant. It's very gentle. I use goat kefir on my face. That's usually my main exfoliant for my skin. I just take a bath and I just have a bowl and I put goat kefir all over my face, my neck, and my chest. And I let it sit for 10 minutes and my skin loves it. And not only is it act helping my skin microbiome, but it's also gently exfoliating my skin, but softening it and moisturizing it. I may follow it up with Manuka honey after that, which does have a little bit of active properties. And I only exfoliate twice a month, which is crazy for a lot of people to hear because most people exfoliate usually twice a week. But I have sensitive skin, and I found that the less I do, the better my skin looks. And I like to just tell people that you don't have to do so much. Your skin would be a lot happier if you just did less and left it alone.
Yeah, that's great. So goat kefir, that is interesting. I have read that goat milk's moisturizer and soap, that is more like our own skin makeup, the oils in that. Is that correct?
I don't know. I that now I want to research it. I know jojoba oil is really similar to our skin's natural sebum, but I now, yeah, I bet that could be true. I need to research that.
I read it and I really didn't research it beyond that. I just thought, oh, that's interesting. I've used goat milk, moisturizers or soap before, but the goat kefir is interesting. I can see where that would be gently exfoliating, but then again, like you said, it helps the microbiome of your skin by putting those probiotics on there. Very interesting. Well, along those lines, let's talk about how food affects beauty. You know, just that kind of that beauty nutrition 101 based on our food choices.
So, what you put on the end of your fork is really important for feeding your skin, hair, and nails. It has all the vitamins, the nutrients. And so, my favorite beauty food in the whole world is bone broth. I make it at home and I let it simmer for 12 to 24 hours. And I put chicken feet in there, which people think is nuts, but it adds extra collagen. And
Oh,
so,
that's
it's just
cool.
this straight hit of extra collagen to your broth. And it's really good for your gut health, which is really connected to your skin and your hair and your nails. And avocados, healthy fats, healthy proteins, and just listening to your body and eating the foods that work for your bio individuality is really important. But food is just so essential. Eating healthy food, you'll see it. Your skin will tell you, your hair will tell you if what you're doing is right. And I know that you talk a lot about that on the podcast, just, the different foods. I believe I listened to one recently was about chlorella or was it I think it was spirulina. That one was really good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had actually two recently, one on uh, liquid chlorophyll and then one with Catherine Arnston from Energy Bits, and she was highlighting spirulina and chlorella. So yeah, those are superfoods. You're right for skin, hair, nails. What are some of your? And so you also mentioned that you mentioned avocado. You mentioned bone broth is your number one. Where do you find chicken feet? Do you find them
I
local?
Oh yeah, any butcher will have it. That you just ask them for it. You just go to the meat counter at your local grocery store and ask them for chicken feet. And you can ask them for bones too. So sometimes I do a mix of grass-fed beef bones and then I do lamb bones in there, and then I'll put the chicken feet.
Oh, wow. So you are getting, that's so smart because you're getting multiple types of collagen from the different, that is a great idea. And then how do you, how do you use your bone broth? Do you have it plain or do you actually put it in with the food you're making? How do you use it?
I use it for everything. So I find it really nourishing just to sip on a cup of bone broth, but then I also use it for sauteing my veggies. I like to make a lot of chili. I add it to different soups. I like to make a lot of like Thai soups. My favorite is tomka. And so whenever make anything pretty much, I'm sauteing it or mixing it in with the bone broth. So I'm always getting a dose of that collagen. And I call it liquid beauty gold. It's just so good for your skin, your hair, and nails. And years ago, I had candida, which is a gut imbalance, and the protocol from the functional doctor was you need to drink bone broth 3 times a day. Let's seal up your gut. And I really believe that it helped me because I felt so much better. And I also felt like a really big increase, like a boost in my mood whenever I would drink it. I just felt, because your gut is so connected to your brain health and your immune health. And I just started looking better. I started feeling better. But the main component was I felt so much better, once I fixed my gut health. It was so important.
Well, that is the perfect segue to my next question for you because I wanted to ask you, how does our gut health affect our skin?
So so someone like me, I had candida and I also had leaky gut. So I didn't know that the foods I was eating were not properly being absorbed into my body. So I was eating all this healthy food, but it wasn't actually being absorbed into my body because you have these tight junctions in your gut. And when you have like say leaky gut, it's open, it's permeable. And so food can go into your bloodstream, it's not getting absorbed as it should, then you can eat all the healthy food in the world, but you're not going to look or feel as good because those nutrients are just being discarded and not used properly. So, really taking care of your gut health, something like the goat kefir. I like to drink that multiple times a week, or as I add like berries on top or mix it with frozen blueberries. And you're just getting those healthy probiotics and things like the bone broth to support your gut health. I just truly believe the ultimate form of health. I forgot who said it. I think it was Dalai Lama. The ultimate form of health is happiness. And so I really believe that taking care of your health is ultimately you're going to just feel so happy. And that's the best way to go through life is to feel happy.
That's for sure. And again, that goes back to earlier in our conversation. That is a key to beauty, that inner beauty, that radiance that comes out when you do feel happy and joyful, and you know that you're taking good care of your body. Yeah. So let's go back to the toxins conversation. How can people begin to make that swap from what they're using now? It's hard as a woman. We find our beauty products that finally work, whether it's our hair color, lipstick, if whatever, we go, okay, this is working. And then to learn, oh, it may be working on the outside, but it's sabotaging you on the inside. How do people start to make that swap, those swaps?
I would say don't do what I did, which was learn about it, take my entire makeup bag and throw it in the trash, and then say, oh, I'm going to go find all these new healthy products, and then realize I had to go somewhere where I needed my makeup, and I'm digging in the trash to get my makeup products out.
I could see
That,
me doing that.
It's not a
Mhm.
good idea. I would say start with one product at a time, figure out what you're running out of. So you don't have to throw them all out and waste your money, but say you're running out of mascara, start researching ahead of time. There's wonderful websites like the Environmental Working Group, ewg.org, or there's the Think Dirty app. I really like the campaign for Safe Cosmetics. Their website is really good for learning about different toxic ingredients. And then there's different apps. There's just one girl on social media. She has her own app called Switch Naturals. So there's apps that you can scan a product in the store and then it will tell you the toxicity level of all the ingredients. And so I really feel that's really good when you're first starting out in beauty. I wouldn't tell people to, or in clean beauty, I wouldn't tell them to rely on it indefinitely. You really should educate yourself and learn about ingredients so you're empowered and you know what you're putting on your skin. And then you can make choices and say, okay, well, this person's saying this isn't toxic, but I believe it is, or vice versa. You can create your own version of clean beauty. I would
Mm.
say the hardest one for me switching out in clean beauty is foundation. It was really hard. That took me 3 years, especially finding the right color, the right formulation. I went from Giorgio Armani to trying this stuff that would slide off my face if it rained. I've been 15
Yeah.
years ago, there wasn't anything great in the clean beauty space.
Yeah. What have you found that you like?
So I use a brand called Toups and Co, and they make their own beef tallow products. And then they also have their makeup. The makeup doesn't have any beef tallow or anything, but I just love it. The base is aloe vera, and then it just has different minerals in there. And it is, I want to say it's almost a dupe for the Giorgio Armani that I used to use, but I think it's better because it adds a little bit more luminosity and a little bit more sheen to your skin and not just be so mattifying. But I was hardcore Giorgio Armani lover for 15 years, or I would say, and it was really hard to switch over because even today, I don't believe there's enough clean beauty options for foundation. It's really difficult to find one that's good. I would lie to myself and say, this is great, but it really wasn't not good.
You see pictures and be like, no, actually, not really. So how do you spell Tube Cinco?
Toups, so tubes, and then co, like company.
Okay, got it. I'll have a link for that. I'll have a link for all the things we're talking about. I also like you, if anyone's listened very much, they know I like Lemongrass Spa. I'm a consultant for them as well, only because not I don't make any money on it. It's just because I believe in it and then I get a discount. So anyhow, I do like their foundation. They have a really nice foundation. They also have a nice tinted moisturizer if you for light coverage, especially in the summer months. And their powder. I've done a face side-by-side comparison to Bare Minerals and Lemongrass Spa, and Lemongrass Spa is a finer powder with a nicer finish. So I'm pretty happy with that one too, but I'm definitely going to check out Tube Cinco. And there's some other really good brands. I have not tried their foundation, but Ilia is a clean brand. I'll have links to that too in the notes. But thanks for the Tube Cinco tip. I haven't heard of them before.
Yeah, and
So,
then
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so the easiest one for me to switch over is lipstick. Lipstick's really easy to make, so you don't need all these advanced toxin chemical ingredients to make it. So I started out, I say the first brand that I actually really liked, it had good packaging and good products, is 100% pure. They've been in the clean beauty space for a long time. I actually have one of their lipsticks right here. This is the Black Rose I'm wearing. And it's really, I just love their lipsticks. They're really good. And then I use the Toups and Co. just sheer lip gloss. But
Right.
lipstick's really easy to switch over to. And then blush, I use the 100% pure. I use their highlighter. And What was the mascara? The mascara is Lily Lolo. That's the brand. There's so many clean beauty brands. People just don't believe there is because they're all online. It's really hard to get into Sephora. I mean, it's really expensive. So I would say there's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of clean beauty brands. They're just all online. And then there's also ones in Target, like Honest Beauty, Pacifica Beauty. You can go to your local Target these days. Walmart has clean beauty. CVS has clean beauty. It's really popular because it's being driven by consumer demand. So all the brands are trying to switch over to cleaner ingredients, and it's really good to see.
That's awesome. Okay, so Honest, Pacifica, and then Lily Lolo, right?
Lily
Is
Lolo is a complete dupe for the Maybelline mascara that I used to use. I love Lily Lolo. It's good.
good. Thank you. This is really helpful because it's when you're doing the research on your own, it is incredibly time consuming. And you start to second guess yourself. You do. You can go to EWG, their Skin Deep database, but you're researching and researching. So to have someone who's done all the research and is able to say, check out this brand, this, and this, it's such a gift. Awesome. Okay, so what are some beauty practices, some holistic beauty practices that actually really work? You've talked about the goat kefir. What are some other things you like for, either just healthier alternatives to some of the beauty products? It could be hair, skin, nails, anything.
So I'm a certified face yoga instructor, and that's something that I have found really, really works because we exercise our bodies, but we don't exercise our faces. And it's just a really beautiful way to keep your skin looking youthful. And so I do these cheek exercises, and I started noticing I was losing a lot of volume in my cheeks. So I started this cheek exercise practice. It only takes 5 minutes every 3 days, and it has really worked. I mean, exceptional. It has really made my cheeks back to how they used to be. And it's very relaxing. The full face yoga practice I do is about 15 to 20 minutes. And there's a lot of tapping on your skin, which also soothes your nervous system. And I could have a really bad day and I do my face yoga routine and I feel so relaxed. I just watch my shows at night and I'm just tapping on my face, doing all these little face yoga exercises. But it really works. It works really well, and I highly recommend it. You can find videos all over, so like YouTube. There's endless videos on YouTube on how to do face yoga.
Okay, so this is so great that you brought this up because I just recently did an episode on face yoga and where I landed was from the research I did, it said you needed to do 20 to 30 minutes every day for 8 to 20 weeks to see anything. And I thought, am I going to do 30 minutes? No, I'm not going to. I might do
No.
15. But so if you're telling me your cheeks have tons of volume, yes, you do. You have lots of volume. So if you're saying you do 15 minutes a day, not only 15 to 20, whatever, I mean, that's very doable, especially like you said, if you have a show on after dinner or you're relaxing, plus it helps your nervous system to calm down because of the tapping element and it improves circulation, then I want to know your favorite links because there are some good folks on face yoga and there's some that aren't as good on YouTube. So it is a little bit like, not a needle in a haystack, but kind of to find someone that you feel like would be good. And the other thing I have to say, so I don't forget it, is if people do it wrong, they can reinforce expression lines. So they can worsen some of those existing things that they're trying not to worsen. So I want to know your favorites.
Yes, so I've come full circle with this. So I think it's been almost 3 years, I want to say. Maybe it's 2.5. I've been doing face yoga. I got certified from the world's leading face yoga instructor. Her name is Danielle Collins. You can
Okay.
find her on YouTube. She's the most popular person, and she's so wonderful, such a beautiful person. And all of her techniques, they really do work. The only issue I found is that the majority of women, they're not going to dedicate, like you said, 30 minutes a day indefinitely. This is something that you have to do every single day. I usually say 6 days a week. So, I mean, even when I was on vacation, I was on a boat in Egypt and I'm in the corner doing face yoga. And it's like you want to relax at the end of the night. People have children, we have busy lives. And so 30 minutes every day isn't really doable for most people.
Mhm.
And, the face yoga exercises, they're very slow and they can build collagen and elastin and it does work. However, I found this woman on social media, and I feel bad if I'm not saying her name right. I think her name is Sardi. I can give you a link for her, but she has
Ooh,
what's called a face hit workout. And so it focuses on only 5 minutes a day. And what it does is that it is the same thing as a hit workout for your body, but it's for your face. So you're activating those small twitch fibers. And that makes more sense to me because you really are doing like a really big hit workout for your face. And when I started doing that about I don't know, about 6 months ago, I noticed the biggest difference even more than face yoga. So I still do the face yoga every day, but I've incorporated the face hit workout and it's more doable. Every woman has 5 minutes, a day. And if you only want to do your cheeks, then you're only doing it 5 minutes every third day. So it's really doable and it's really big difference. Like you will see results and it's really quickly. Like you could see it within a week. I saw something
oh my gosh.
within a week and a half, my cheeks looked better. And my cheeks were sore the first time I did it. I was like, oh my gosh, but it really works.
Oh my gosh, that is very encouraging. Yeah, because I came away from face yoga thinking, well, maybe it'll help with some asymmetry. I've got this funny, like part of my mouth is smaller on one side, and maybe I'll try it. But I even said right on the episode, I'm not going to do this 30 minutes a day. But so now with the face hit workout, I'll totally do 5 minutes a day. Awesome. Guys, we'll put the link in the show notes for that too. Well, I wanted to ask some hacks, some DIY home health hacks. That is an amazing one. That right there is, guys, that's worth the price of admission today. That's for sure. But are there any others that you want to highlight that people can do at home that are just really effective?
There is what's called a gua sha. It's a Chinese ancient technique for lifting and sculpting the face, and that works really well too. I would say the majority of people I see doing it online, though, they're doing it wrong. Even though they think they're doing it correctly, they're damaging their skin. I cringe. I have to turn away from the videos when I see people doing it. It just really bothers me. But so where I learned was this woman. She is the ultimate. Her name is Lan Shin. She makes her own gua shas and they're really authentic and she is a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner and so you just watch her video on YouTube. It has millions of views. It's like a 10-minute process and she teaches you the correct way to do it where you're not damaging your skin. And I like to do it on I do it on the whole face, but on my eyebrows, like you said, I have a little bit of asymmetry. And so one side's a little higher than the other. But if I do it before a podcast and kind of make it lifted a little bit before, I wouldn't say it's permanent, but the face hit workout is permanent if you keep doing it. The gua sha helps, but I wouldn't say it's the ultimate, it's very relaxing. You just have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you will damage your skin.
Yes, thank you for saying that. I have watched people just tug at their skin, at their jaw, and especially younger women. And I'm like, oh, you don't want to do that because you don't want years from now that tugging and pulling to have led to some sagging and some breakdown of your collagen and your architecture underneath that's holding everything up. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so Lan Shin will have her link as well. These are great. Well, tell us about your book, Healthier Beauty, The Ultimate Guide to Radiant Skin, Hair, and Wellness. What are some of the things you'd like to highlight for our listeners?
So a lot of the stuff I talked about today is in my book. So it's a complete guide to teaches women from A to Z how to live a healthier lifestyle that will support your beauty. A lot of the books I found are only focused on skin or hair or DIY or anti-aging nutrition ingredients. I put everything you need to incorporate into living a holistic lifestyle. Basically, it's my 15 years worth of research into one book, what I wished was in a book when I first started out. It would have been so much easier for me just to have it in front of me. So I even talk about non-toxic cookware, why you should use shower filters, bath filters, drinking water filters, the science of the skin, so you understand your skin, and then you can incorporate a beauty approach that's unique for your skin. The science of hair is another chapter. I have all my anti-aging beauty secrets, holistic secrets in there. There's an entire nutrition chapter that teaches you how to eat for beauty. I break down all the vitamins and minerals and how they're connected. So I say, here's vitamin A, what it does for your skin, and then here's all the foods that are the top foods that are high in vitamin A. So bring the book with you to the grocery store and just say, oh, I want more vitamin A in my diet, more vitamin C. And then I have DIY beauty recipes that I've been doing for the last 15 years. Some of them I've been doing since I was a teenager. And then I have a entire beauty boosting nutrition recipes in there. So some of my favorite recipes that I eat regularly are in there, and they're all meant to really encourage anti-aging, skin, hair, and nails. And then a self-care chapter for balanced beauty, your whole body health. And it's just a holistic guide from A to Z, everything I would feel that you would need to really feel empowered and not have to rely on other people to tell you how to look good, and kind of just like, I would say for me, I don't ever get facials or anything like that. I've only had one in my life. So the book really teaches you how to feel more empowered to do things yourself at home. So you're not relying on other people. I don't even like getting my nails done. I just put on, press-ons. I find it relaxing to sit at home with my face mask, my hair mask, my body mask. I'm doing my own nails. And so you're not only saving money, but you're also just really being empowered to just take your beauty and your health into your own hands. And I decided to self-publish because I wanted to keep the narrative the way that I wanted, and I wanted to have all that creative control and really speak to women in the way that I felt would help them and not censor myself.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And we'll have the link to your book also in the show notes. But how do people get your book?
So it'll be on Amazon. You can get the print book, the ebook. It'll be on Apple. Kobo's another place. And then you can also, if you want, reach out to me directly, and I'll send you a signed copy if you want to buy it from me directly.
Fun through your website.
Yes. Or you
Oh,
can reach out social media, but website's best.
okay, that sounds great. Okay, a couple random questions. Your nails, what press-on nails do you use that are not toxic? They're so
Yeah.
pretty.
Thank you. It's so easy, and so it's a low tox glue, and I find that it's actually better than inhaling all the chemicals from, constantly painting your nails, because my nails usually, the nail polish only lasts like 3 days for me. So these are, the brand is called Static Nails, and it's maybe $14. I put these on, they last 3.5 weeks to a month. I've gone snorkeling with them on vacation for 2 weeks. They didn't budge.
Oh,
And
come
then
on.
yeah, and then you can reuse them. So if you take care of them, once you pop them off, you just soak them in oil and hot water and soap, then you
Oh,
can get another use out of them. So $14 for a month and a half's worth of nails. So I mean, it's really affordable, and I find it so relaxing to just sit there, watch TV, put on the nails, and then you can pop them off and just change it up with your outfits. They even have like a little sticky tape if you just want to wear them for one day, and then, put on different pairs to match your outfits. It's pretty fun.
oh my goodness. That's so cool. So it's one-stop shopping turnkey, right? It has the glue, has the nails, they're already shaped.
Yeah, they're already shaped. You just buy
Incredible.
whatever shape. I like the like kind of almond round ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. Oh my gosh. So static nails, I'm definitely checking that out. I don't do any nail polish anymore because it comes off so fast that it's aggravating to me. Like I get it all done and then I look and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I got to take these off again. But static nails sound like they're right up my alley. So thank you. Wow, you have so many secrets and hacks. I cannot wait to get your book. And yes, I want a signed copy. So I do have one more random question. I reached out when we moved last summer of 2024. And the water here is different from the water in Pennsylvania. And I would get out of the shower and find that looked like I had rosacea. My skin would be bright red. So we put on shower filters and I put those on my website. They're inexpensive, but I really feel like they only do half the job. Do you have some favorite filters?
The brand that I use is called Aquasana. They're really good. I know Aqua True is good. I've been using Aquasana probably for the last 15 years, and I find they're good. I would say a big tip is to go to the EWG. They have their water board, or they have a website there where you can type in your zip code and it'll tell you what's in your water. So you buy a water filter to filter out what's in your specific water. That's also for your drinking water, because there's no point in buying one that removes fluoride if your water doesn't have fluoride. So find one that actually targets the toxins you're trying to avoid.
Okay, so then you would Google those contaminants in your water. And after you go to EWG and you put the zip code in, it's like the tap water database. I've used that before too. And then you take the contaminants, you Google those and find a filter that would specifically remove those. Is that how you find that filter specifically?
Yeah, I would say that's probably the best way. And yeah, to find out what toxins are in your actual water. And then, yeah, you could just plug it into Google and say, find me a filter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, ChatGPT probably could do it for us even faster. That's a great.
Probably a lot faster.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a great point. I did find for a drinking water filter, Epic Filters, they literally remove everything except the okay minerals, even to the point that you could use like stream water or pond water or whatever. So for me, I'm like, okay, that just covers all the bases. That's easy. But for the shower filter, I got to find something a little, yeah, I think like a step up from what I've been using and recommending. So thanks. Okay, how do people find more about you, learn from you? Are you working with folks right now? I think I saw on your website you're pretty full with working with people. So
I am fully booked right now. I only work on a referral basis and I'm really booked, and especially busy with the book. So as of right now, I'm not currently working with clients, but my offerings are my book. You can also go to my website. I write on my website as a writer. I just love writing. So there's my blog. You can get all of my holistic health and beauty tips there. That's jessicarosewellness.com. And then social media. I'm not really that active on social media, just a love-hate relationship there, but I do
yeah,
what I can. Jessica
yeah.
Rose Wellness on social media as well.
Okay, that sounds good. I think that's good self-care. Social media will drive us to distraction from everything else if we let it. So I think that's wise use of your time and energy for sure. Well, thank you, Jessica. This has been so much fun. You have so much wisdom and knowledge in holistic beauty and health, and literally, I can't wait to get your book. And guys, I will have all these links. I have written down so many links to have in the show notes based on all the hints you've given us and the secrets. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a pleasure.
It sure has been. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us, and I will be back next week. I'll look forward to talking with you then. Until then, stay pretty well.